Hey everybody, I just want to thank you for taking a few minutes to watch this little piece of film clip here. I wanted to tell you how Clean Hands Project Africa got started. My wife and I were called by God to be full-time missionaries in Rwanda, Africa, and we went and spent 42 days there to look over the places we would be working, and we're going to be working with up to 50 churches and maybe more there. So we went and toured some of these churches, and I'm sure some of them just meet under trees, but we went and saw 10 different church buildings. Some of them you can't really even call them buildings. They were just mud blocks barely sitting on the ground, and some of them had walls and roofs but dirt floors. And so when we were there one Sunday morning having a wonderful church service, it was completely packed out. There may have been over 200 people in this small tiny room. Dirt floors. They had the windows and doors open, and we noticed every window and every door was completely full of children looking in. They had raggedy clothes on and they were dirty, and but they were so happy to at least be looking through the window. And it just broke our heart, because we know if we was to be able to build a bigger church, even if it would hold 2,000 people, they would come. These churches would fill up. Well, as you travel, sometimes you eat things that disagree with your stomach, and so my wife said, asked the pastor there, she needed to use the restroom, and he went, okay, and he looked a little nervous, but anyway, he led us to what they would call their restroom, and it was some mud blocks stacked on top of each other in just like 3 walls, and you would walk around behind it, and it was all open, but it was a hole in the ground, and this was the community bathroom, and everyone used it. And there was human waste all around the outside of this hole, and it was bad. Out in front of the ground there was human waste all over the ground, and I understand why the pastor was embarrassed. My wife is very beautiful and was dressed very nice, and so they were quite embarrassed about the restroom they had to offer us, but she had to use it. And every church we went to had one of these, or maybe nothing at all, but at least one of these, and that was it. Rwanda has over 11 million people in it. It's a little tiny country in Africa. It's the most densely populated country in all of Africa. So you don't have the option to just go behind a tree somewhere. There's 100 people behind that tree. Everywhere you look, there are more and more people. So there's a lack of dignity. But that's not even the major problem. The major problem is disease. Everywhere in America, any doctor's office you go to, most public buildings you go to, there's a huge sanitize your hand campaign going on. There's the hand wipes, everything. They do not have that optional luxury in Africa. And many of these children, they come up and they wanted to touch your hands and even touch you and feel your hair, which we let them. They're so curious about us. And they love us, and we let them, and we realize their hands are filthy dirty, and a lot of it is the human waste. And then they're transferring this, and like I said, I don't want to gross anybody out, but this is the reality of how a lot of people in this world live. God laid it on our heart. Yes, we do want to build churches, we want to build orphanages, we want to build schools. So important. But these children will never be able to even attend a school, or even live in an orphanage, or try to look towards even starting a business or having a job one day, because half of them won't even survive. They're sick, they were feverish, their noses were running, their bellies were extended with parasites, and it was just really bad. And so we knew we could not even bring a missionary team there to build a church or to build anything. There's nowhere to even use a restroom. So we know we have to start at the ground level. So we're going to build, it's called Clean Hands Project Africa, and it will be a toilet, and it will be open to the public, and it will have a hand washing station, and I have a complete price list on the website that you can go to and look, and it is completely broke down, every expense to it, and then we're going to rely on volunteers to help build these. We can save thousands of lives, really, for just a little bit of money and a little bit of time. and then we can start on the next projects as far as building bigger churches and schools. But won't you partner with us? Won't you join with us and help save physically thousands of lives? And we can build these on church properties, and the whole community will be so grateful to this church to help them to save their children's lives, that they will help us in any building project that we would ever have in the future. Thank you so much. Visit the other menus there on the web, and you will see a lady interviewed that lived through the genocide, which is a friend of ours. And you will also see on the website a mission, an orphanage, that we would like to maybe build one for the girls. This was just for the boys. We have so many plans, but we know we're going to have to start at ground level and take care of their immediate personal hygiene needs. We'll just have to. So please partner with us, and thank you so much. God bless you.